So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to pick a spot to put your trail camera. Now this is a really commonly asked question in the hunting community, and it's something that probably has a million answers, but I'm going to do my best to show you guys what I feel is right. And this probably it works really well over here in like Saskatchewan and probably Manitoba and Alberta and those other Canadian provinces, and probably some areas in the States too. So if you're watching, hope you enjoy and hope you learn something. Okay, so after hiking for a while, I finally found a spot that I think is good for deer, and I'll explain why I think this, and I'll explain where to put the camera later on in the video. But first, we have a canola field right here. Really good food source for the deer, and there's a yard just up there. You kind of see the top of the trees and stuff where the deer like to hang out, and they'll come down past the canola into this big bluff of trees on the edge of a pasture. Now, I always find these are great areas where you meet field to pasture, even in fall time and winter, because they eat food and then they go down here to bed and protect themselves from any coyotes. But you can see here, and there's a little bit of a trail going in there. So now we got to go into the bluff, search for a good spot, and I'll explain to you what good spots look like, how to put your camera, and how to handle the area that you want to put the trail cam in. See you later. So this is that same spot that I'm going to put the trail cam, and I'm just explain to you why. And this guy came bursting out. I'll make sure he gets going because the moose around here aren't very nice. So see if he'll leave now. Okay, so I've been searching in this bluff for a while, and I finally found a good little scrape here. You can see they've been gnawing on that branch here, and they've been gnawing on this one too. All the buds are gone, and they've been scraping up the ground here. And I think this is a good place to put a trail cam. So now that I'm in here, a very, very important thing is to not touch anything. And I know you'll want to do that because you might want to brace yourself on any branches, but just don't do it because you can scare away the deer with your scent. The only thing that you can really touch with your hands is your camera. So just keep that in mind and you should be good. So now we'll get to the actual setup. After searching for a while, I found a piece, or like I guess a tree, or a heavy bush, I don't know what you want to call it, but that's perfectly facing with no obstructions. You just gotta line it up, see, the deer are gonna be there, so it doesn't have to cover the whole entire area, but just make sure you can see a good majority of the area. It would be ideal if I could put one on one of those, but they're all angled, and you really don't want them angled because then it just makes it difficult to see everything, and it usually minimizes how your camera like angle is when you're looking at stuff. So right now today I'm using a Tasco trail camera, and I absolutely love this thing. I've had it for about 2 years now, and it's been impressive because here in Saskatchewan we have minus 40 some nights, and even in the day sometime. And this trail camera actually survived all those minus 35, minus 40 days, and I still get to use it in the summertime. So now I'm going to show you guys how I set it up. Okay, so I picked the tree, and now you got to make sure you have the proper batteries to go on trail cam. I use the Energizer like Max or whatever. They work just as good as any normal battery. They just last a little bit longer, but they're expensive. And if you don't want to spend the money, then just go get a normal AA battery. They'll work the same, or AAA, whatever your camera takes. And now we're going to put this on the tree. Make sure you have an SD card in your camera, because I put it out and the SD card has been full, and I had to come back out a month later to find that there was nothing in, so don't let that happen to you. All right, so we're gonna put it around here, put the strap through, tighten it up. Now, before you put it really tight, you're gonna wanna make sure you have it the right angle for what your area you're going to be in. Like, I need to lift this up a bit so it's angled down a bit. And a good trick that I've learned is if, let's say, your camera is angled too high up and you want it down low, grab a stick, any old stick, and stick it right like that in the top here, and it'll make it so it'll be angled down more. You might have to tighten it up right here. There we go. So now it's more straight up and down. Which you might need to do that. You probably will, to be honest, to make it perfect, unless you already have a fence post or something. But okay, so we got it angled pretty dang good. We got it set up good. now we're actually gonna do the setup, so I'll show you guys that. Okay, so now that we got our camera all set up and aimed correctly the way we want it, we can have it here, and it's all pretty much the same on every camera. There'll be an off, aim, and on right here. And you can see, so we're gonna flip it to aim, which is kind of us just setting how we want it and all the settings and stuff. Go through okay, year. That's the length of the video. And then this is the setting. You can go video, 1 picture, 3 pictures, or video. I just use video constantly. I know it takes up more space in your camera, but I just prefer them. And 1 day, 40. I know I'm not gonna get 40, so you can use them all. And this stuff you can kind of just skip through. I don't really use this, I just have it no. And then it give us, so it's set when it comes back to this like main screen. So you can flip it on and it should give us a countdown. Okay, 10, 9, and you have 10 seconds before it starts taking pictures. So we're gonna shut it, and then you walk away or it'll take a picture of you. And it's all set. There we go, and then we'll come back and show you the results later.